Sustainable and Free Shared Eco Solutions. One Community Weekly Progress Update, number 656.
One Community is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. We are creating open source and free shared blueprints and resources, tools and tutorials, and do-it-yourself instructions for highest good living. Creating solution models that create additional solution creating models in the service of all life on this planet. This includes highest good approaches to food, energy, housing, education, for-profit and non-profit business creation, society, and stewardship.
Hello and welcome back. My name is Jay. Welcome to another episode of One Community's Weekly Progress Update. This is specifically our October 13th, 2025 edition. And today I would like to talk about sustainable and free shared eco solutions. And what you see happening in the background of this video are our sustainable and free shared eco solutions. But I want to talk about why we're creating them. And the reason why we're creating them is this. We live in a world right now, for the first time in the history of humanity, not the first time, for the more than any other time in the history of humanity, we have the ability right now to cooperate, collaborate, and create the world that we want. More than ever in history. We have access, global access to information and sharing information and being able to determine objectively what is the best home for a specific environment, what is the most sustainable way to do things, what are the eco solutions that apply to that would be the best eco solutions for every aspect of the human experience. For the first time in history, or for the best time in history, best time, does that even make sense? More than any other time in history, we have the ability to identify what the eco solutions are that would be best and most beneficial for us and the world in all the areas of our life. And so One Community has taken the leadership role in identifying these solutions and open sourcing and free sharing them. So sustainable and free shared eco solutions are what we're all about. And to make sure that we cover the complete human experience, not just the obvious physical foundations of sustainability, which everybody's familiar with, and we're obviously covering them as well. So those are food, energy, and housing, but not just covering those. We're also combining those with the emotional foundations of sustainability, which we call and would like to call highest good approaches to fulfilled living, education, economics, and stewardship. And so we are looking at everything that's available globally to identify the best eco solutions for all of these different areas. Like, what is the best approach to growing the best food possible, the most nutritionally diverse, nutritionally high value, and freshest food grown without any toxic poisons added to it, fungicides, pesticides, and herbicides? How do we do that? And how do we make it as nutritious as possible by having the highest quality soil and maintaining that for the benefit of everybody that eats it, but starting with the benefit of the plants and how they interact with each other and the soil, and maintaining that health and looking at the complete ecosystem that supports that. How do we do that? Well, we put hundreds, if not thousands, tens of thousands of hours into answering that question, and then we're open sourcing and free sharing the eco solutions for food. Done the same thing for energy, done the same thing for housing, done the same thing for fulfilled living, social architecture, recreation. Like, how do we create an environment that is built on a culture of personal growth? How do you create an environment that maximally supports people sharing their passions and their gifts, what they love the most and feel is like their gift that they could give to others and that they just love and thrive? What is it that you love and thrive upon most? And how do we create an environment that supports that so you have other people can come and learn from you or share their gifts within that realm as well and make that available to as many people as possible? We've answered that question. How do you create the best education model in the world that's kid-centric, parent-involved, and designed to teach kids how to learn, not just what to learn? That says, okay, book knowledge is important, but what's more important is how to think critically, to be critical, creative, thinkers? How do we model the most creative and critical thinkers in the world? And how do we combine the most progressive and and effective education models in the world at creating this idea of creative free thinkers? How do we do that? Well, you take all the best education models in the world and you say you take the best parts of them, you combine them. And so that's what we did. We looked at Waldorf, we looked at Reggio, we looked at Montessori, we looked at the Nine Intelligence, we looked at even Study Tech, we looked at Orff. All of these, we put them all together and we said, what are the best parts of all of these? How can we take the best of all of these different things and put them together? And how can we look at traditional education models and the testing that goes into that and teach our kids how to be amazing test takers and critical thinkers that can excel within that environment as well, using all this? How do we take the most revolutionary economic models? So how do we go beyond just capitalism and for-profit and nonprofit, and how do we implement resource-based economies for the benefit of all people in life on this planet and demonstrate the benefits of sharing over competition, the benefits of contributionism over capitalism, the benefits of collaboration over competition applied in an economic model, and what are the benefits of that, and how do we open source and free share that? How do we share that sustainable eco solution? We've answered that. And then of course, how do we maintain it all, our stewardship models? How do we maintain it all, and how do we apply this to all aspects of life? How do we identify the most sustainable companies and products for everything that it is that we're using on a day-to-day basis, so that we can eliminate waste, so that we can maximize efficiency, so that we can save ourselves money, so that we can do right by the planet, so that we can live healthier lives and have the smallest footprint possible, not just for us, but also supporting the companies that are motivated and doing this for the world as well. How do we identify those? Well, we put hundreds of hours into researching something like the most sustainable flooring, create a really objective matrix for identifying how you made your decisions so other people that might have different values can still use it, and you rate them objectively on this matrix, and you design it in such a way that it can be maintained indefinitely. So that if a new company comes along and says, hey, our products are better, we want to be on your list, we say, great, show us, like, this is how we rate that. Publicly demonstrate that you are living better than these other organizations, and we will consider it. And you make it all objective, you make it all free shared and open source so people can see the thought process, and you make it all so that it is uninfluenced by outside models, and you create community models, teacher demonstration communities, villages, cities, and hubs that support everybody living within them so much that they can remain objective and continue to seek the truth, to continue to share the truth, to continue to evolve and grow, because it is the best thing for us as individuals and for humanity, and it just makes sense to do that. So our sustainable and free shared eco solutions are built on that philosophy. Living and creating for the highest good of all people in life on this planet, open sourcing and free sharing everything we do, and making it very clear and transparent so that people could take the information, modify it, adapt it, hopefully improve upon it, and making it easy enough, affordable enough, and demonstrates attractive enough so that the idea spreads on its own. This is what One Community is all about, and everything you see happening in the background of this video is what we're creating, and so much more. We are a 100% volunteer organization. We're a nonprofit organization. We're a non-governmental organization. We're doing this because we want to live this way, and because sustainable and free shared eco solutions like this are the pathway to a sustainable civilization, which we currently don't have. We are by definition not sustainable right now, and that is scary. Not being sustainable means cannot sustain, and we are here to change that. So if you are into this kind of thing and want to help out, visit our helping page. If you would like to get a weekly dose of positivity in your inbox, you can visit our website and you can subscribe to our newsletter. You can visit our blog if you'd like to see all of our open source content from a perspective of like, what have we done within the last week? Like, what is it that we accomplished within the last week? Visit our blog. It shows exactly what our all volunteer team has done within the last week. And of course, if you visit our website, then you can access all the open source tools, tutorials, resources, do-it-yourself instructions, and all that. And then of course, we're on all the different social media networks to make it as easy as possible to share our work, to be able to help us get the word out, and to access that in whatever way you want. And we share other stuff as well there. So if you're into sustainability, please follow us and help us get the word out. And yeah, watch to the end. Stick around for another couple minutes if you'd like to see bullet points on all the major components of our project and how it is that we're creating these sustainable and free shared eco solutions and putting them together for the highest good of all people on this planet, all people and life on this planet, to create a better world for us all. This is what it's really all about. That's what we're doing, and so yeah, sustainable free shared eco solutions is a path to the world that we all know is possible, and we're open sourcing it so it can be implemented as either the complete teacher demonstration hub, which is what One Community is, or as individual components: food, energy, housing, fulfilled living, education, economics, stewardship, all of it. Open source, free shared, individual components, complete teacher demonstration hub, designed to work in cooperation, collaboration, creating a global cooperative, global collaborative for the highest good of all. This is what we're up to, and this is what we're doing. So, till next week, we will, of course, keep on keeping on. Thank you for following our progress.
The One Community approach to highest good housing is eco-artistic home building that is affordable, sustainable, do-it-yourself duplicable, resource and space efficient, and consists of 7 different sustainably constructed village models. One Community is also creating an open-source duplicable city center. It is designed to be LEED Platinum certified, provide 12 guest rooms, dining for over 150 people, and laundry and recreation space for over 300 people, all while saving money, time, space, and resources. One Community's approach to highest good food is duplicable almost anywhere, scalable for different needs, more biodiverse and nutritious, part of forwarding a global open-source botanical garden collaborative, and includes 9 different free, shared, and duplicable growing environments. One Community's approach to highest good education is designed for all age groups, adaptable to any schooling environment, inspiring and fun for all participants, includes national standards, all subjects, lesson plans, teaching strategies, learning strategies and tools, classroom design, and more. The One Community approach to highest good society is globally focused, individually enriching, cooperative and collaborative, includes a highest good network and application, 4 different economic models, and combines fulfilled living and true earth stewardship for the benefit of all people and all life on this planet.